time.
Welcome back to One Leg at a Time, the podcast about health, wellness, fun, recovery, and music. I'm Dr. Deen Anbar, and I'm interviewing other musicians and creatives about their process, their priorities, and the things that they do to achieve their goals. Samantha Nisenboim, my old friend, welcome to the show.
Great to be here. Are you really a doctor? That's what you were doing at USC?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, it's gross.
Whoa. No, it's neat.
It was so crazy. I have so much to say about it, and I feel like I've spent too much time talking about it even up until now, but
I needed to know is that you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor. Wasn't I? When we sort of like reconnected.
You were in it.
I was in it.
You were like doing your flamenco.
Yeah.
And I just didn't realize it was like to be a doctor.
Well,
I was like to be even like cooler version of Deen.
You don't go to USC to be cooler.
I went to USC to be cooler, and I found out that's not what happened. So you're right.
And we also went to high school together. Viewers will want to know.
Yes, we went to high school together, and it was a PE class that brought us together, if memory serves me correctly.
That's my memory
we
of
both
it.
like blew it off and just like,
well,
did
we
not
had
want
the
to do the
best
sports.
Dude. But it was really Ray Roy.
Ray Roy.
Our gym teacher's name was Ray Roy, and he was an enigma.
Oh,
what?
He was so cool.
He was so cool.
He was slapping the bass before Paul Rudd slapped the bass.
He was. So this guy would just be like, he knew that I was, a guitar guy, and he would be like, he'd be like, Deen, like, how's about? I don't even know how this ended up happening. But it was like you, me, and Tommy. And he would just pull us out so that I could give him bass lessons while everybody else had to like throw balls around.
It might have been, It was either Lifetime Sports.
It was definitely Lifetime
Okay,
Sports.
so it was like golf, tennis.
Yeah. I haven't been back to Highland Park in I think actually 15 years at least.
It's really a lot. It has changed, but a lot is the same.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's nice seeing like a new generation of kids have a great growing up experience.
I mean, that's really like we were kids. I was not happy there when I was a kid.
Neither was I. But
what is that?
The nostalgia, because it's hard to fit in there.
Do you feel like it was hard to fit in there? I'm genuinely asking.
Yes, I had a very hard time.
Yeah, me too.
I just never felt good enough at home, and I carried that with me for a long time, maybe still till today.
I definitely, I always felt a part of.
Very hard to fit in. I could not maintain a group of friends to save my life. I was closer with my teachers than I was
Ray Roy.
Yes.
Do you remember what he used to call you?
He coined
Nisenboima.
That's one of my favorite nicknames of all time.
It's the best.
No, Highland Park was rough. But now that I look back on it, obviously anything in hindsight and with a little bit of distance and the confidence and comfort of age and experience is very different. But having nieces and nephews who are now going through it and the friend drama and this, that, and the other, it's probably going to be the same thing anywhere you grow up.
That's what I always wonder is how much of it was just that place. Because also, my family moved to Highland Park when I was 10. And I always felt like an outsider. I came from Canada. I had this weird name. I had my mullet.
I did think that you had a weird name.
I still have a weird name.
And your sister's name is beautiful.
I was going to ask you how you ended up there. Because I know that for us, it was a stop along, I don't know. For whatever reason, that was where my dad wanted us to be after us being in Montreal. How did you guys end up in Highland Park?
Well, my parents came over from the motherland, from Russia. Actually, what's now Ukraine, but before it was the USSR, came over and settled in Jacksonville, Florida in the late 70s and had a hard time finding work there. So they decided to move to Chicago in January of all months.
Okay.
Which was not much of a change of pace because my mom grew up in Siberia. So
she
was
sure.
Oh, it's toasty here. And I'm not sure why Highland Park. I think they lived in a couple of other suburbs
Uh-huh.
first, but the idea was, hey, there are other Russian immigrants in Chicago. There is work in Chicago. Let's get there. And then, I mean, yeah, landed in Highland Park. As far as I know, from the age that my sisters were kids, because they went to Young Men's on Clavey, which is Highland Park.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of right on the border there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they had been in Highland Park for forever and ever. But I never asked why Highland Park.
I mean, I think for a long time, and probably still now, it's just like it's a nice place to have a family and have some space. And, you know, like downtown Highland Park was vibrant when we were growing up,
Yeah.
riding bikes, going to like
Riding
the
bikes
Baskin Robbins and
movie
Corner
theater.
Bakery, the movie
Yeah.
theater. I remember seeing Austin Powers there.
Oh, I saw Austin Powers in Northbrook Court.
Yeah.
But with like the big group in the 5th grade. and
See,
it
I
was,
didn't
like-
have a big group in 5th grade.
So I have gone in and out of like big groups, and I'm still friends with a lot of those people today. But it was
Really?
like, if you could invite 10 people, I would be like number 12 on the list. Like I didn't always make it.
Okay.
So there's like, you know, but now again, like because so much time has passed, and because like these people mean a lot to me. Like I really care about them still, and it's nice.
That's beautiful.
To have roots. Like that means
Yeah.
a lot to me, and also the fact that people are always reaching out and cheering me on. Like people that
Well, because you're
haven't heard
killing
from.
it.
Oh well, thanks.
Yeah. I mean,
It doesn't feel that way.
it never does. And people, I don't know, people say things to me too. Like I guess here's the interesting thing is like we went to high school together. We had a lot of fun. Both obviously now in retrospect, lost souls just doing our best in a sea of cool kids and, you know, kids taking too much drugs or like whatever. It had its weirdness. And I was one of those kids too. But like, then you came out here and I stayed in Chicago, and you, at what point did you like, because what are you? What is your title?
I'm a film producer.
You're a film producer. I just
Yes.
wanted to not fuck it up.
Yeah. I'm a film producer, and I've had projects that I've written and directed, like kind of on the side. But
Yeah.
my main day to day, like when I leave the studio, I'm going to drive to the office and be a film producer today.
That's awesome. And you're the first film producer that we've had, the pleasure of talking with on the show. And I'll just, again, to go back to it, the sort of central thesis of the show is how people like us who have non-standard careers kind of like achieve what they want to achieve, and also whatever it is that they manage to try to, because for me, as I've gotten sort of older and had like all kinds of issues, it's just like, all right, through chaos, I kind of learned that there's just certain central things that I need to do, or else I don't feel like myself. And the hard thing isn't just like doing those things, it's balancing everything.
Yeah.
And like right now,
Not enough hours.
dude, there's not enough hours in the day. Things are absolutely insane.
And also, like, we're single people, or at least I am. Like, I am not taking care of
Yeah, I know.
like a
I get
whole
that.
family, which I don't know how those people do it, because I'm like, I hardly have enough time for myself.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's part of it, right? So like, I want to know if you have like certain non-negotiables, or just like things that get you through, or just like things that you like to do or whatever. But also, just because I'm curious, at what point, because when we were kids, I never heard you say like, I want to be a film producer.
Oh, really?
I don't think, unless I just
Oh,
wasn't paying
well,
attention.
I would say it's the latter. I really wanted to be a writer-director, in fairness. And so I took all those filmmaking classes.
At Highland Park?
In Highland Park, yeah. At
I didn't
high
even know we
school.
had those.
Yeah, we had
I was
like...
pretty checked out.
I was very hell-bent on like being an amazing student, being on the honor roll. Like I was, got a medal at graduation and was top of
man.
the class, and I cared a lot.
I can't
about
believe they even
school.
let me graduate.
You don't give yourself enough credit as to how cool you are, and so
This isn't the place for that.
okay, all right. So you're not that cool,
Thank
and you
you.
made it in the yearbook.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go. I wanted to go to I wanted to go to film school.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to make movies. Like I wanted to be associated with Hollywood since as long as I could remember.
Okay.
I didn't really know I wanted to be a film producer so to speak. It was, a few jobs, figuring out what the industry was, figuring out what I was good at, and then getting some mentorship and some guidance from people that helped me land in this role, which is a great fit for me.
What is the role? What do you actually, so what does like a producer do?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
No, we are kind of like the air traffic control tower of the movie. So we are responsible for, locating the material, whether it's a script or optioning a book or an article or a piece of IP. I don't know if you've heard about IP.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty big deal.
I've heard those. I've heard those two letters
pretty annoying.
being said next to each other.
It'd be way cooler if people were like, let's make something original.
Yeah.
But no one wants to do that.
Sinners.
We
saw Sinners.
Yes. But responsible for acquiring material, responsible for hiring the filmmaker, giving the filmmaker guidance on who to hire in terms of the crew, department heads, casting, music. Like every single department we have our hands in, especially as a creative producer. It's usually I'm partnering with a director to figure out like, okay, how can I service you? How can I service your vision?
Yeah.
What do you need to make this movie come to life in the way that you see it?
Yeah.
And how can I be, supportive to the nth degree of making that happen?
That sounds like a crazy job.
Like I love the collaboration element of it. I love taking care of people. I really feel like that's where, like, if I had maternal instincts, that's where they kick in because I just want to make sure everyone's, like, really appreciated and respected and valued on set. They're really long days. You're missing a lot of time with your, family, friends. You miss your birthday. Like, you just... It is, like, the weird schedule thing, or it's a 6-day week, or, like, these crazy deadlines, and there's just so much pressure. You're handling millions and millions of dollars on behalf of a studio.
Sure.
So it's a lot of pressure. We're asking a lot from our cast and crew, and so just like making sure everyone is feeling good when they go home at the end of the day.
And a lot of that falls on your shoulders.
I make sure it does. I want my name to be associated with like, oh, she took care of me. Unfortunately, I think there's people that do sidestep those types of responsibilities, and there are some producers that don't go to set. Like that's not for them. There's so many different definitions of a producer, so I'm really giving you what my definition is, what I do.
Well,
and
that's
I really
important.
love being on set.
Yeah.
And learning every single person's name and
It's interesting when you get deeper into a career and even if it's something that you're passionate about, like when you start to learn how to cut corners and then, being idealistic, which I think we both are about our respective like artistic pursuits. It's so funny because there are some times when I just like, it'll be one of two things. Either I like don't want to be bothered with whatever, so I'll figure out how to do the least, or get so pissed when I see someone else doing it and you clock it and you're just like, come on, like we're making art. Like this is, how do you not care?
Right. That is very hard.
It is. Yeah. Yes. And more often I would say that I'm the latter, kind of cheerleading whoever I'm with, because like I'm still of that mindset that like if we have the chance to make music and we can do this for our career, like this is the best thing.
Yes. Yes, like, we're very lucky to do what we do. I think just there is the element of exhaustion and the element of like being at the end of your rope.
So how do you deal with that? Like when you kind of get to that your maxed out point, but you're not done. Like what kind of gets you through?
Just fake it till I make it, I guess. Or just, like, hey, this is going to end impermanence. Everything is temporary. And as soon as I wrap, I'm going to be so sad I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to be so sad I'm not on set. Yeah. And just the idea of like missing it, so trying to enjoy it while it's happening and just reshifting my focus. Like, yes, that was a huge problem or someone was a pain in the ass, but like, let me just reshift focus and think about these 8 things that I'm so happy went well or that surprised me in the best way possible or a new relationship or, there's just like an endless amount of things that are wonderful that are happening day to day.
Things to be grateful for.
Yeah, and just like the idea of paying attention to that way more than giving energy to the stuff that is draining. Like taking a step back and recognizing like, oh, that's really draining. Like that makes me feel horrible. Let me just try to pivot and find something that gives me a little bit of a lift instead.
And I guess if you can actually like visualize the finish line, that's got to be really helpful too.
Yeah, it is. That's something that I'm always trying to see the movie, the finished product from the first time I read the script. Yeah.
I think I struggle with that. Like when things are, I don't know, if I'm like doing something that is just like, oh my God, there's still so much more left or whatever, like it's hard to feel like this isn't how it's going to be like forever. I
get that. Again, like I think also I can be like a little bit maybe, I don't know if saying I'm too optimistic is necessarily like a bad thing.
It's not.
What I try to focus on is more like an individual, instead of like the masses. I just try to think of like, okay, one day out of all the people in the world, like this is going to be somebody's favorite movie.
Totally.
Like, that's my, like, I'm just like telling myself a story that I'm delusional enough to believe that like something I'm making will just be just one person on the planet's
kind of have to be though, right?
Movie.
Yeah.
And so when you are like, oh my God, what, like, is this worth it? Can I keep going? It's like, yes, because I got to deliver for that person to make sure that their favorite movie like amounts to.
I love that.
So
I really love that. We have to be nuts.
Yeah.
Like in order to even start down this road, I do think that there's a certain, I remember even like when I first started getting into music and it was just like, I wasn't good. In my mind and in my heart, I thought that I was the greatest thing to happen to the guitar since it was fucking invented. And that was enough, and like the vision was there. I would just like, I would literally stand in front of the mirror, and
do
like.
You have videos of that? Or
no.
Is that on your OnlyFans?
The only. That's the next step, right?
Yeah,
Enough with the YouTube. What are we doing? Let's cut to the chase.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was the segment. That's
the second segment. Yeah, exactly. It's just Patreon.
You better fucking subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to see all this.
I've gotten us way off track.
No, there's no
the
track.
idea of you have to be crazy to be in this business. Yes, I fundamentally believe that is true, but I think I would be a far crazier person if I was doing something like normal.
That's interesting. Have you ever, like over the course of since, we were younger, getting out of college and stuff, like did you ever have any periods of like, maybe I want to try something else? Or, was it always kind of pretty consistently like you worked towards this place that you're at and moving into?
It's always been this. Like when I was a little kid, there was a part of me that thought I would take over my mom's business.
Yeah.
But that wasn't rooted in any sort of like anything that was true to me. I just liked the idea of being in charge. And so I do have a job
I think
now
that's
where
the
I am
scariest
in
thing
charge.
for me is being in charge of anything, if I'm being honest.
Being responsible for the livelihood of others is scary. But
Terrifying.
Again, it's like why you have to step up. Like people are counting on you. And it's also a beautiful thing to be able to hire people and provide jobs for people because
you hear that?
They're because then, like their well-being, their well-being and they're taking care of their family. Like it just, that is something special.
Definitely.
That was something I developed during COVID. I was like, fuck, we're making
How did that
movies.
impact you guys? Yeah.
Well, the idea of like
stories.
Making movies feels really small potatoes when you're dealing with like a worldwide pandemic that's killing a lot of people. And I was like, how can we continue this while the world is falling apart? And I can't remember who, but someone said to me, like, if you don't stay on this track, then all of these people lose their jobs.
Yeah.
And that's a very scary thing combined with this worldwide pandemic. So like that was, one of those aha moments where I was like, okay, this doesn't just qualify during a pandemic. It qualifies always in terms of being able to provide, jobs for people.
Yeah.
The pandemic, I was lucky because I was in post-production on a film at the time. And so we were able to shift to a remote workspace. We did have to do some pickups during that time. But it was like a little bit later on where we had like a template for how to get back to set, and we did the minimal amount of reshoots possible, and then just got right back to it. And it added a little bit of time to our post-production schedule to kind of figure out all those transitions and getting people up and running. But for the most part, we shifted, and it's that workflow is really a lot of how people still work today.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I feel like the music industry is largely just back to business as usual. I know that they're still like working on some technology, but like, with the exception of just having more meetings over Zoom than we maybe used to have, or like what would have been a phone call is now a Zoom.
And in some ways, I'm open to it. In some ways, it's harder for me. In some ways, like I do feel now that I'm like old school. But
we're old. I mean, we're just not just old school. We're just old.
Wrap my head around the fact that we're old. Like I do not for a second think of myself as old. I can't believe we've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Like when I write my bio and it's like,
you're already thinking about the memoir.
No, sorry. Just like, if you have like a film festival submission or something, it asks
for
a biography, like just like 300 characters.
Sure.
And I'm like, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Like that's
I
crazy.
never know what to say to that. I just did. Remember, we were at a gig that I was playing a couple days ago, and this college kid comes up to me. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the a cappella group at my school." By the way, kid, if you're watching this, this is what you don't do. You don't go, "Keep it up, man." I don't know. It was
from a kid to
from
you?
a kid.
Yeah. Listen. I see that all the time. And I think I think they're well-intentioned.
I don't know. Yeah, I assume so.
Thanks.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. And and at the time especially.
I was working with someone, like another producer, who kept saying to the director, like, I'm so proud of you.
We don't need that.
The director was like, it was just such a strange way to express, like, figure out what you're trying to express and then express that versus like, I'm so proud of you.
Because I think you're right. I think it is well-intentioned. I think at the moment that I heard that, keep it going, like, you'll make it someday kind of thing. I was just like, I love your music. Not right now. Buddy.
There's just so many, there's just like a lot of.
I know.
But I think back to your point about like, mental health, I think starts with like self-awareness and maybe not taking like the pause to be like, what do I want to say? Do I need to be talking right now? Like, I think that's probably where a lot of it starts. And so just being unclear with what your intention is in conversation is, probably where, and then he's just like, or maybe he was starstruck and just like needed to say some words.
I don't know. Starstruck would be the right word.
I've heard your stories. You have groupies.
No, I definitely wouldn't go that far. And it's also like, it's such a position of like, in a way, a privilege to be like, people come up to me and they say that they like what I'm doing. It's like, what's with them? But that's also insane. But like,
that's really nice.
It is.
I texted
it
you.
It is nice.
I loved what you're doing this weekend.
Yeah. Well, you came to that show that we did at the Will Turn, right?
Yeah.
That was super fun.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, it's awesome.
It's just fun also watching you play. Like
Well, that's my moment of like, it's like pure presence. It's super fun. I'm a little hammy. I don't know. I just
But
I love
to me,
it.
that brings me joy. And so to say, like, I loved, like, that makes my heart feel fuller.
That's the interesting thing about art, right? Is that like, that is what it should be. And then like, as soon as you start to get into the craft of it, that's when you start to get technical and start thinking about stuff. And it's just like the work side of it can just consume you if I'm talking about me, like, and that's when, like, the worst is hearing musicians be like, that was such a bad show, like that sucked, and then taking it out on other people or like a well-meaning, audience member. It's just like, what am I doing? Like, this is the best. And I try to remind myself of that all the time. I'm just essentially describing worst case scenarios or like darker corners of the brain that it's just like,
Right.
Yeah.
Those are hard to get away from.
They are hard to get away from. It's an interesting choice of words when you're saying mental health starts with that. Because I do think that I don't know, there is that tendency to just be like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'm a sick person. I'm still figuring my stuff out.
We're all figuring ourselves out. We're not going to be figured out when we're 90. Like,
No.
Which takes a little bit of the pressure off.
I suppose it does. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I'm having fun today, which
Good.
am, like, to me, this is a win.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is also like a new thing and essentially born out of my desire to talk to people about, about these things, these challenging things, because I think it's so important. It's a weird thing to try to do. It's just like, do this thing, have fun. I don't know, stay sane. Do you feel like, do you have non-negotiables? Like, is there some stuff that you...
I didn't answer all of your questions. Meditation. I mean, gosh, I feel like these are going to be...
Do you meditate?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do meditate.
Do you do TM?
I don't do TM. I do like insight meditation, Vipassana.
Okay.
I have a meditation teacher. I go to her class every Friday.
Somebody else was telling me about Vipassana meditation, actually.
I love it. I am new to meditation. I read this
Aren't we all new to meditation?
Like, my dad was meditating in the 90s.
Wow.
Which is wild.
Hey, my family was vegetarian in the 90s.
Yes,
in the Midwest.
way to go.
Ahead of the curve.
Yes,
Yeah.
big time.
Horrible. A lot of soy burgers. Anyway, go on.
I read a book and the author had gone to a silent meditation retreat. And I had heard that other people had done that. I mean, obviously in LA, that's what people do. And I was like, oh, this is intriguing. Let me try this. And so from that moment forward, that is when I learned how to meditate there properly. And then from that moment forward, really started incorporating it into my life day to day. And now just like, no matter what, 10 minutes of, just silence, doesn't have to be guided, but just knowing like I have to take 10 minutes bare minimum. And on like the great days, sure, 45 and then plus the class or whatever.
Sure. What made you seek that out? Was it your dad or?
It was not my dad. I felt really lost. For like in 2023, I had quit my job. The writer's strike was
I remember
starting.
The writer's strike. You guys really went through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there was a writer's strike and then in conjunction with that, an actor's strike.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just not sure like what I wanted to do. I think because I had given up this dream of like writing and directing, and not that I wasn't happy producing, but I just always wondered like, is there more? And I had gone through like a really tough breakup and I was just like, low moment. It's just like one of those in the way life is, just like, rock bottom moment.
Those are usually the moments when you seek out things like meditation.
Yeah. I was like, all right, let me take a few months off. I designed a syllabus for myself with like a lot of books that were recommended to me by people that I really respected.
Yeah.
And so I like went to summer camp again to be like the waterfront director. Like I was just doing things that I was trying to like nurture my soul in
That's
like
awesome.
any which way.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to do that retreat. And like the amount of clarity that I've gotten since 2023 is great. And there's stuff that like I haven't found the answers to that I would have thought like I'd landed on by now. But now I'm realizing like, oh, that's not the point necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I am now, like when people ask me like, oh, so are you happy? I'm like, well, I'm growing. Like if I am growing, then like that's what it's about
for
me. Like because of impermanence. Like,
Yeah.
and if you're happy, all that means is that you'll just be unhappy as well. Like, kind of letting go.
Sure.
And just knowing, like, day to day that you're, like, you know, expanding as a person.
That's such an interesting thing, right? What does it mean to really be happy? And I've thought about it a lot, even just in the kind of like recently too. I think that really for me being happy, it's not like laughing so hard you're going to pee in your pants. It really is just like, am I present? Because if I'm present, I'm not thinking about all the other things.
Right.
And there's a lot, you know, there's just so much to keep track of. And it sounds like that is definitely some common ground between what you do and what I do. Is I feel like I'm juggling a million things at any given time. And like at its worst case, all I can think about is all the things that I need to do and the stress of having to go through and do the work. Even if it's work that I like to do.
Right.
Like, I don't like the idea of work.
Yes.
I like to play music. I like to do this. I like to see like the fruits of my labor, so to speak. But like the idea of working to do those things, it's not even that I don't like the actual act of it.
Right.
It's the idea of the work.
Yeah. Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with dread.
Yeah. That's what it is. And it becomes stress and it becomes anxiety. And like, you know, even just like having a dog also helped me. This is like a roundabout way of responding to something you were talking about with boundaries, because having the dog has made me actually like be a little bit more firm on what some of my boundaries are, because now I have this other thing.
Right, but that's in service of another being. It's not in service of yourself. And I'm also very good at that, where I can like go to town go to bat for someone else, or like just, you know, I'm so happy to do something for someone else in a way that like I wish I could feel that way to do it for myself.
Do you think we'll ever be able to do that?
Yes. It's a goal. It is a goal of mine. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but like my dad, whenever he's talked to me about like starting a family, he hasn't said this as much the last couple of years. I think maybe he's given up hope, but like he'll be like, there's never going to be a right time.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And it makes me think about what we're talking about now, which is to say that like, maybe it's that same thing of like, you in service of yourself alone will never be truly the thing. Like, you always need to have the unconditional need to like provide for the people closest to you in order to sort of escalate to wherever it is that you want to be. I don't know.
I think I'm also just like a sheep herder. Like I like wrangling, like I like having something to wrap my arms around.
I think that's good. I think it's good to, we've been talking about that too. It's like, do things that work with your personality.
Yes, figure out who you are and like always be in service of that as opposed to, I'm not an organized person. Like I don't even try to be organized. I look for people who can help me be organized.
Interesting.
You know,
in some ways I really am, and in some ways like I am just not. You know, like keeping track of budgeting or like anything like I'm like allergic to it.
Yes.
You know, it's just like it'll figure itself out.
Yes.
You know,
but that's like what those, like you need to find the like automated way of doing things in life. Like the bank can just pull the money out of the account and deposit it in the like grown-up account.
It can.
And so I'm just like, set that up. It does it once a month. I don't think about it. I'm not responsible for it. But like when I look, like I have savings.
Right.
Cool. Like,
but we're doing these projects that like, I mean, at least a lot of the stuff that I'm working on right now, more than I ever have in my life, is like essentially self-funded. And like if I'm trying to like do the responsible thing, which is like try to keep track of, but I hate even just the word budget. It's like,
this is a silly word.
Budget.
I don't like budget. But like, no, I know my fucking accountant was like, all right, for your short film, you got to do this. I was like,
okay. I was going to ask.
Like, bye.
Because you had told me that you were like scene scouting for your original film that you're working on.
Yeah. That's been out and it's like hitting the festival round.
Shut the front door.
And yeah, it's doing really well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Something Blue.
Okay.
It's not online yet, but I will once I make all the
Yeah.
festival rounds.
That's
Heard
cool.
It here first.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to cover?
I live vicariously through a podcast that really got me through the hardest parts of my life, which I know you've been on it. I love seeing your name on it, The Doughboys.
The Doughboys,
The
yes.
Doughboys. And so much of this show is really, it's just like, okay, we can be as serious as we want about self-care and about mental health, because those are serious things. But if you're too serious, just in general, it's just like, I don't want to live like that.
I feel that. Yes. Well,
And-
I just want to give like a huge shout out to the Doughboys.
I want to give a shout out to the Doughboys.
Yeah.
Like, they changed my
Right.
life in a
That's
weird
so
way.
cool.
And they still do, because they let me live vicariously through them, because I can't touch that stuff anymore.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's hard going on that show because you're like, oh, fuck. Now I have to eat like 18 different kinds of
Didn't you guys do a
ice
pizza
cream.
one?
We did.
Yeah.
Some like Fresh
Bros.
Fresh
I get emails
Brothers.
from Fresh Brothers all the time.
That was not
Yeah.
a good one.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, I had the chance to work with Mike Mitchell actually on a movie called
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
War.
War.
Yeah.
And I
made our band watch Tomorrow War on the bus.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I only knew of him through the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I love those guys. But
the best.
Spoon Man holds a real special place in my heart.
Me too. I love
Shout out to
love.
Spoon Man.
Yeah. I mean, he makes me laugh so much.
He is. He's very relatable. I mean, I think relatability is a big thing in the podcast world.
You know, actually, I kind of forgot about this, but him and Gabrus have their like ongoing series,
Yes.
the Being Fat one,
yes,
which like
once
again
a year.
got me
Also,
through.
Yes.
Like
yes.
in a huge way.
yes.
And it's interesting how even like my relationship to what they were talking about has changed, because I was so idealistic, and like I do have a tendency to like get high roady and be like, well, you know, if people would just do this or this or this, and like I kind of am a little more chill now, where it's just like, fucking, I get it.
It's different for everyone though too.
It
Like we
is.
all have our own strengths and weaknesses,
Yeah.
and like what is compulsive behavior for one person isn't for another.
Yeah.
And like just accepting that we're different and dealing with our demons differently.
It's fucking hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
I guess the only thing I would have wanted to know a little bit is how you sort of jumped from USC Film School to like essentially doing a Hollywood dream job.
Yeah.
If there's like a version of that story.
It really just comes down to working your ass off.
Yeah.
Like there was no handout. Like I was always one of X amount of people when
Yeah.
I applied for a job. I was always just chasing it. And honestly, I really was naive too. Like I didn't really understand how the industry worked, and I didn't have like a global view of like, okay, if I get this job, it leads to this job, it leads to this job. And like
Yeah.
I've kicked myself about that in the past. And then I was like, oh, why are you beating up on like a 23-year-old kid for not knowing about an industry that she never had access to before she was in it?
Right.
And also was just in her 20s and just trying to like make it like being paid $10 an hour
Yeah.
and working 80 hours a week. But like that, it just took a lot. Like I had a boss who, when he sneezed, I said, bless you. And he said, did I ask you to say bless you to
my
me?
God.
So like those
Yeah.
horror stories are fully true.
Yeah.
And it just takes like, gumption and persistence and passion. And, I wasn't ever gonna rest. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna not do this. So
Right.
it's just figuring out the path forward to like what allowed me to do it. And again, it's like a lot of guidance and a lot of mentorship, but there is no like one path, or, people say you have to start at an agency or you have to, X, Y, or Z. And it's like, no, you just be the best version of yourself and like listen to your fucking gut and work hard. And, like hopefully it shakes out. The industry now is very challenging. I think it's a lot harder to start now
what I've heard.
than it was when I started, 2008. So definitely like the guidance that I give to others is like, be careful. Like it's scary. I don't know how sustainable it is today, honestly. And that's really sad because I know a lot of people that work in the industry that have multiple jobs. It's not their only job.
Right.
But, you know, and I'm not trying to be discouraging. I'm just trying to kind of give you like a little bit of a reality check.
I've said this before. I had a professor at DePaul who said to me, I wouldn't wish my life on anyone.
Yeah.
And I get it now.
Right.
You know, in a way that I definitely just couldn't conceive of what he meant when I was
you think
19.
that they're like bitter or curmudgeon-y and it's
just like I don't know, I'm having fun now. Like I love music. Like I'll get whatever I have to do it. It's just like this will be it. But it's interesting hearing you say that because I feel like I've experienced the music side of those same stories.
Yeah.
The lunatics, the talking down, the like, you know, I've been, you know, setting up speakers since before you were born. It's like, are you telling me I can't set up a speaker? Like,
right, just because you did it 20
Did you just
years
need
ago?
me to feel small in this moment?
I think
like,
that's also just reminding yourself that mostly people are very insecure and the way in which they treat you is just, you know, like reflection of their own insecurities. And I've gone through that. I have not been my best self with others because of my own insecurities or because I was treated poorly and then I treated somebody else poorly in like, and I'm so glad that I don't do that anymore, but like it's hard. It's, you know, you have to,
it is hard.
Really
catching yourself doing something that was done to you that made you feel bad. And I've definitely done it too. And I do try to be better. And I think that that's the kind of thing that makes us like really good people. It's just having that level of self-awareness. I also think it speaks a lot to the difference, like the cultural generational difference.
Yes, which it's a lot healthier.
It is.
Now. There's a lot more respect.
I don't see people treating people the same way that I saw people being treated when I was 20.
Right.
Now.
Agreed.
For the most part.
There's
still dicks out there.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And here they are. No.
But, you know, speaking of the industry and being a hard worker, I have to get back to the office. So we have to move on to our segment.
So we'll do the segment. We'll take a quick break. We'll set it up and then we'll get it going.
Woo!
All right. Welcome back. We're back from our break.
It was a really good break.
It was a good break. We're gonna do a mocktail game.
Okay. Cool.
It's called Mocktail Madness, the mocktail game with a twist. If you can't drink a hurricane, make a mocktail. Sidecars, Mai Tais, Aperol Spritz. It's a fucked blur. Won't smell like whiskey, 'cause booze is history. Mocktails, ooh. Every day you'll drink another mocktail, ooh. Tales of boring beverage orders, mocktails. Okay. Definitely the most Doughboys inspired.
Mocktails are not boring.
I guess they're not, but I was trying to write a thing.
I flat out cut you off.
No,
I was so personally offended because I'm such a mocktail whore.
Are you really? I honestly never do it.
I miss drinking alcohol and mocktails.
Do you not drink?
I have not defined my sobriety, but
that's fine.
Like, yes, I try to drink once a month max.
Okay.
Like, just sobriety just makes me feel so much better. But like, I really love cocktails and I miss cocktails. And so like, I'm always chasing like a good mocktail.
Were you like a bar person?
I still am.
I guess that's true. We did meet up at that bar.
Yeah.
I never really was.
But like, I was at a bar on Saturday watching the Knicks playoffs, and you know, all my buddies were drinking beer, and I was just like drinking that 0%.
Is that good?
Yeah,
I've never tried one.
I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm so we don't have time to get into it.
Okay.
But like the drinking. Okay, so here's how this works. Okay. You'll spin the wheel, and it'll be one of two mixers. We'll start with the juice wheel.
Okay. So spin.
So give it a spin. We'll get and you get guava juice. I rocked out at Sprouts the other day and I got all these.
Way to go, man.
Thank you. And then I got the Olippops, but I also got these other ones too, and I was
I
kind
want
of
to
just
give a shout out
curious.
to Olipop. I love this soda, probiotic soda. is
Yeah,
what
it's
I
good.
call it prebiotic. Whoops. But my friend Nate Cooper is associated with Olipop. I'm not sure in what
You said it's a
regard.
Highland Parker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Nate,
know.
Nate from
Was he our year?
He's 2 years younger.
Oh.
But Nate, I'm really counting on you to repost.
My sister probably knows him.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you'll spin your carbonated mixer.
Cherry vanilla
Oh, guava.
God. These are just
Could it be good?
disgusting. No, it sucks.
Do- that's-
All right,
I mean,
let's get it over with. You spin yours.
all right, fine. What am I gonna do? You can always opt out.
Should I like craft or wait till you spin?
Mine is gonna be also guava. I really feel like this app is what sucks. Let's
Yes,
see.
it's the app.
It's the app. Trust me. Yeah.
yeah.
If it's cherry vanilla, tropical punch.
Okay.
Do you want yours to be tropical punch and guava? That
no.
sounds way better.
No.
I'll fall on the sword of cherry
I'm
vanilla.
gonna try yours, and you're gonna.
Okay.
Try
Yeah.
mine. There you go.
All right, let's give it a shot. I've just recently started incorporating prunes into my diet. Gotta tell you, things are pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prunes are great.
So-
Chia
Seeds. I love chia seeds.
Seeds.
Yeah. Cheers.
Hey, that's a l'chaim.
L'chaim.
Do you guys want to make a mocktail?
Now I want to see how these taste.
Okay.
This
How's
isn't-
yours?
The guava helped.
Really?
Yeah, because when I tasted just the cherry vanilla, I was kind of upset.
Okay,
How's
so you're
yours?
saying that Olipop R&D needs to focus on the cherry vanilla
But-
flavor.
It just happens to be not my taste. I'm sure there are people who love cherry
Exactly.
vanilla and are not dipping a toe into orange soda the way that I am guzzling that. shit.
Interesting. You do orange.
Yeah, because
I-
it's like the
yeah.
Fanta from it's
Yeah,
like,
totally. You don't do
Welcome
any
to
of like
Good
the
Burger.
zero sugars, like Coke Zero or
No, I don't
Sunkist
drink
Zero.
soda. I
Yeah.
haven't had soda in a long time, like once in a blue moon.
By the way, this is phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Try. Oh yeah, we have a metric for rating, which is 1 to 6.
This is 7.
It's really good, right?
So nice.
6 being the number of strings on a guitar. It's probably the nerdiest thing about this whole show.
Isn't that one of their things?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay,
is this
cool.
show just a blatant Doughboys ripoff? Kind of.
No, it's not.
A
You
little
don't,
bit.
Like,
It's worse somehow.
yes, which like theirs, bad as it gets. You like it. Like, I'm so curious about the passion fruit juice.
I don't
mango
know-
juice. Like,
You know what it is too? I usually don't drink anything that has any sugar.
Yeah.
So I
this
think
is
just the
like
fact
my
that this
teeth
does
hurt
have
a little bit.
Maybe I just like things that are sweet.
I have to call my dentist to just apologize.
Okay, let's not even
But wait,
do that.
I don't drink sugar, but I eat a lot of natural sugar.
What's natural sugar?
Like, I eat like dried mango, which is like 45 grams of sugar in a serving.
Yeah, it can be.
But it's
It
not
can
like
be.
Snickers bars,
Yeah, yeah.
but it still is like a lot of
I'll be real.
sugar.
There's a place for it, and like this too was something that I kind of discovered for myself. Was like if you're working out, you have a little bit of sugar before, not like a ton. It's not like,
Like a
housing a
banana?
bag of M&Ms.
like what?
Not even a banana, but like a little bit of dried mango before you
Oh,
work out.
yeah.
You might feel like you can kind of push through like a slump. If that's what it is, or like run a
Yeah.
little further or whatever. But like I have started implementing things that at one point in my life I would have been like, no, I'm not eating that.
Yeah. Isn't it fun to like welcome a break from rigidity, and then
Yeah.
also how much more freeing that is, and then you end up yielding like
Yeah.
even higher level results.
It's figuring
I
out
think
a place
because-
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's just so much exhaustion.
Totally.
With like, I have to do it this way, and it's like, no, there's so many ways.
There's so many ways, and I will say if there's one thing to steer clear of if you can, it's like compulsiveness. If you're taking down huge portions of something, which
Yeah.
a lot of these things, that's really the issue, is like it's really easy to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, in like limited quantities, it can be really good, or just like take a fucking load off or whatever. It's like these things aren't just to be like sworn off forever.
That's my approach with the sobriety
Yeah.
thing. It's like I'm not going to just be sober, but dabbling once a month just gives me the chance to like be super intentional about it and
There's
still
nothing wrong with that.
partake,
Yeah.
do it in moderation, and then like move on with my life.
Yeah.
Do you want to try this cherry vanilla just as
I
it is?
kind of do, yeah. And I was going to say about these other ones too. By the way, the whole thing too, I love the idea of moderation. And in most things, if I'm like capable of it, I can, you know, track those things. With substances, I can't. I just
Yeah.
can't touch it.
And I
you know?
have a hard time with sugar.
Yeah.
With moderation.
Sugar's a tough one. I do have a tendency to go overboard.
Yeah. Is there anything we need to say about the mocktails?
Okay,
How do you
I'm
want this
rating
segment
mine.
Oh, right.
Mine was a solid 6 out of 6.
Yeah, yours
Yeah.
was lovely. I'm going to say mine was a 3 out of 6. And I thought it was going to be worse.
I thought it was going to be worse too. For yours, I would actually give it a 4.
I almost went 4.
I would give it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd give it a 4 because the expectation was so low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
And the other thing I was going to say is I have tried this. I haven't tried the other ones, but this is like an actual, like, supposed to be like a cocktail replacement. You should take it if you want to try it.
Okay, yeah.
They're good.
Drink your meditation.
There you go.
There you go. So you don't even have to do a meditation anymore. You can just drink this and you're good to go.
You can like set your timer
Yeah.
for the 10 minutes and like really intentionally sip,
I am a chugger,
Feel
so
it.
that would be a challenge for
go
me.
down, really think about it.
Yeah, it's got ashwagandha. I don't know if it has any fiber though. You can always add it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I got a goodie bag.
Yeah. All right. So
We'll
there's
call
just
it-
one more thing
Okay.
that you have
Oh,
to do to end the podcast.
Uh-huh. Say bye.
You look into the camera
Uh-huh.
and you say, I put my pants on one leg at a time.
Like just that, not my name or anything?
Oh, you can say your name too.
Hi, I'm Samantha Nisenboim, and I put my pants on one leg at a time.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks. Thanks so much. That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right.
Thanks to your whole team, too. You guys rock.
Go team.
Fight on.
Put your pants on one leg.